So just give us a second to get everything set up here.
So how do you feel about this matchup for Hammer Scam?
I think Hammer is the favorite. You know, I think post-board gets pretty rough. I'm not gonna lie. I know Scam's known to play some Hijitsu who consumes all, some engineered explosives, some cards of that nature, but Hammer has a good job of beating the grief scam draws. The Fury draws are fairly rough to beat, but I think Scam has a hard time dealing with a Hammer equipped on anything, and once again, Cauldron complete. So that's my take on the matchup overall. I think it is very close, to say the least, as we all know Scam can scam.
See Tandy kept 7 here pretty quickly, I think. See a Thought Seize. Looks like that's what we're going to go with. No Scam here. You got to be relieved if you're Jordan.
So Jordan's hand here is okay.
That's a quick Nexus kill if I know my Hammer right.
So it looks like Todd also has a Dolphy, a Blood Moon, a Terminate, and a Bolt. So this is one of the draws you probably can't beat as Hammer. Especially on this mulligan here, because that was a multi 5. Correct? Or no,
I believe
no, that was, because he had 8 Hammer, land.
Hammer, 2 lands, yeah, you're right. Okay. Yikes. So we see Tandy not do anything here on turn 2. Did he say he had a Dolphy?
Yes, but it looks like he's holding up a Terminate here if Jordan decides to just slam this Pierce Seal into play. But, ooh, so Jordan just drew an aid.
We have the Nexus, so I don't believe we have the opportunity to play this Pierce Steel here. Is that correct?
That's correct, but I think he was planning on him drawing a land and just putting it out there to try and get some advantage. If I were to draw the land there, I'd probably be inclined to just play the Pierce Seal and hope I can draw some cards with it. So, Moon's going to come down and...
That's going to be pretty good against the non-basic start here by Jordan.
Yeah, I think Hammer doesn't have too bad of a time with Moon in terms of casting your spells. It does a number on Saga and Nexus, but things are looking a little grim for Jordan.
Yeah, so what's our game plan here for Jordan? Rip like runner planes?
I would draw Ginger Brute, and I would draw a Hammer, or I would pick them up. Oh, planes off the top.
There's planes number 1. Oh, Todd being a little noisy. What do we got? Bolt, Terminate here left over for Tandy.
Yeah, it's gonna be rough.
Yeah, so even our Ginger Brute line's not really getting anywhere. Should have a hard time.
Turok off the top here. Kick that.
Just put that into play, right? Oh yeah. Can't kick because of the Moon, unfortunately.
Sorry, I don't play those cards. Really just putting that Stoneforge right in front of the Moon.
This is a good Nettle Assist here.
Yeah, Assist can sit there and kind of
really got to assume there's removal, right? I guess Assist is small, but you just got to bank on this Stoneforge dying.
Yeah, I mean, Jordan's not out of it. With this aid in play, every creature's a little scary once you run Todd out of removal. Wow. The Cauldron grab here is interesting.
So we know he has a Nexus in hand, right? I believe he has a second Nexus, so that gets us to 5 mana. And if we can put this Cauldron into play, I think we're in good shape.
Without a doubt.
So he didn't play the Nexus last turn though. So
oh. Second white. Exclaims, how many planes are in your deck? 2?
Ooh, this monkey's good. Gonna get to dash it in. Trunk in for 4, put Jordan to 13, I believe. Hits that land.
Oh, look at that Charizard token. That's pretty sweet. I think that's the treasure. Honestly, the treasure you make is the friends along the way. Is that Cauldron art different? Yeah, it's the sketch version. All the MH2, a lot of the MH2 cards had some sketch versions. I think the artist sent in of just their pre finished work sketches. I know Dress Down's one. There's a couple other like Cauldra or is the Saga's one. I think Jordan has those sagas. They're a little harder to notice on the saga, but they're overall pretty cool. Gives you a look at how some of the art's made. And we see Todd getting a drum. Oh, is this? It's Cauldron time. This is spooky.
So if we're Todd here now, we just gotta try and race this thing. Is that our plan? Is Jordan passing? Nope, Jordan's swinging in. So we know Todd has the monkey, so we get to crack back for at least 7 here.
And Grief off the top.
A Springleaf Drum actually gonna let us cast the Grief here if we want to. We also have the treasure hanging out.
Well, you know, it's interesting here. If Todd can't kill Jordan this turn, there's a real chance Hammer can just bonk his way to a victory under this moon.
So can we, if we can cast Grief and knock something out of Jordan's hand, we get a counter on this Torok.
So Jordan has one card left. It's Pure Steel Paladin, so Grief will hit something.
Okay. So we possibly could get an attack in for 8 this turn. Is Jordan at 9? Is that true? Put Jordan to 1.
I believe Jordan's at 9. The dice is a little off screen, but 8's the next number. So we hardcast this Grief. Oh, it was not a Pure Steel. The Pure Steel left a little earlier. It's just a Saga, which you can't put into play with a Blood Moon. Play it will immediately die.
Are we casting?
We're getting in there.
Casting the monkey. What do you think about tapping the Springleaf Grief here to dash this turn? Get a little extra damage.
Well, here it is. Is it hammer time? Let's find out. Ornithopter. So. And Jordan scoops them up here. I'm going to step out for 1 minute while they sideboard, but I will be back. Ryan, how about you talk about some of the scam boarding or anybody in chat? How are you feeling? It looks like so Todd has Hijitsus, some pushes, and EEs like we predicted.
Yeah, we have 7 cards face down here, so I'm gonna guess we got 2 EEs, 2 Hitixugus, maybe 2 K commands, and probably like an extra terminate, something along those lines. Looks like we're gonna cut out some of the scam spells. I don't hate that. I think going down on resources could be awkward here. You really just want to like play a control game. No reason to get too fancy with your scam stuff. Also could trim some of these monkeys if we're worried about the ground just getting too clogged up. Then, all right, so let's see here. We got EEs, pushes, Hitixugus, and some red card by the looks of it. This scam deck looks so good. I don't know about that.
And so from the hammer side, I would expect Relic, Needle, Blacksmith Skill, and Sanctifier in back. Just to finish touching on the sideboard, and there's Sanctifier huge. Unkillable almost. Only thing that's going to tag that is Engineered Explosives or...
We saw 2 come in for from Tandy. We also saw 2 pushes, 2 Hitixugus, and then another card I couldn't identify.
I think it's Magus of the Moon. I think that's in Todd's hand currently.
Oh, that's... You like that one here? You like that in this matchup?
The more moons, the merrier.
Okay.
That's, then again, I've been wrong before, so it looks like Sanctifier is going to come down this turn and stop that monkey in its tracks.
Yeah, we also saw Todd keep, I think, all of his monkeys in. How do you feel about that in this matchup?
I think it's good. I think Monkey in Scam is a little different than other decks, as you play like a pretty low resource game most of the time, and you get into these kind of weird board states where like you decimated your opponent's board, you have a Blood Moon out, and you just rip Monkey and start taking their stuff.
Okay.
And there's the Sanctifier we talked about. Jordan fetching a basic, pretty heads up there, just to play around the Blood Moon that cost him a lot of equity game one. Just doing some technical stuff here, getting everything adjusted. Another Sanctifier possibly coming down here. It looks like Sentinel. The Esper Sentinel. Sanctifier coming in. And another Sanctifier is coming down now, I think.
Real
Rough.
good start here by Jordan.
Rough, rough, rough. Bark, even.
Gonna get a
Bolts.
bolt. Okay.
Bolt pan for the Sentinel there. Hijitsugu, who consumes all.
And we're missing land drops now.
Rough. I think Todd was banking on this monkey to do some heavy lifting in the mana department.
We also see some Fury in his hand.
So it looks like his hand is Hijitsugu, Fury, Pyro, Push. Oh, there's a land. Another Push. I think that's a Magus on the far left. If my card art game is on point.
All right, so Pyro here, hopefully going to be able to clean up Tandy's hand, dig us to that engineered explosives we pretty desperately need.
And there's two in the list, so this game always has a funny way of finding what they need. I would imagine it looks like Magus and possibly like Fury. Yep, Magus and Fury going away, getting exiled. We're going to double check here, see if Season still gets the tokens. I believe so, given it's if you discard the card. It doesn't matter where they go.
Yeah, we should be good here with tokens.
And it looks like Land Dolphy.
So, no EE, but this Dolphy can attack past these Sanctifiers. Could maybe give us a little racing scenario. But Jordan's just so far ahead in the race already.
And there's a Nettlesis, too, that can get hop on one of these Sanctifiers, and it's only a +1 bonus right now, but
I'm sure that won't be the case for long.
no. So it looks like the remainder of Jordan's hand is Pure Steel, or Hammer and Blacksmith skill.
That's what it looks like to me.
So big attack for 3 coming in.
Drops Tandy to 7.
You know, something relevant here is making a 3/3 Sanctifier does get it out of a Kozilek's return range. Not a common sideboard card, but one of the ways you can kill a Sanctifier. I don't believe Todd has any Path of Peril. Didn't come prepared for the Sanctifier and Vec. Can you really? Give her runes here. So, you know, I'm not sure. Playing the hammer here, buff up the Sanctifier. So Todd needs this engineered right now. And if he draws this engineered, I think the game's over.
Do we want to fire up this Nexus here, try and get an extra point? Although Todd has a push here that's been dying in his hand all game. I think we would want to...
I don't think this skill's going to work the way you want, Jordan.
Well, he thought about it.
Well,
Oh,
I think Jordan might have missed lethal here.
We don't have black up for the push on the Nexus.
I think Jordan should have attacked with the other Sanctifiers. Todd's at 2.
EE? That's not going to do it. It's more looks at an EE, but he's going to be choked on mana to be able to do anything with it. Looks like we're going to go to a game number 3.
Number 3, and this shows the powerful Sanctifier and back off in action. One of the best sideboard cards they have access to.
This one. We're so good at this.
Basically professionals.
We kind of just showed up today, and they were like, "Hey, get in the booth," and we said, "Sure."
Just on the fly kind of guys here. That's how we do it. So it looks like Todd's making a couple changes. It looks like some Grief's coming back in on the play. It looks like he's trying to scam.
I like that. Gotta
Grief and 2 Feign Deaths, I believe. Solid.
really gotta respect the players when they change their sideboarding plan, play versus draw. I think that's a big level up moment in a lot of players. And obviously, Todd has been well past that.
Yeah, it's always good even to just double check, evaluate. I think that is something a lot stronger on the play. You don't have to worry about path or a march coming after your grief.
Yeah, we also saw some of the scam spells come back into, which it looked like he boarded out most of them when he was on the draw.
Yeah, the scam spells are a lot more awkward in these matchups against the white decks because normally you're not afraid of them having too many removal spell for your creature because you can just scam it in response. But the white cards are all just going to exile your creature. It doesn't matter if you bring it back. So players drawing up their hands for game 3.
Also need to scam before a Sanctifier comes down.
And once the Sanctifier's out to play, scam won't happen today.
Alright, so Jordan going to 6 here. What do you want Jordan's hand to look like here? So I see an 8 and a Sanctifier, but I don't think we have many white sources.
I think I see 2 planes, a Sanctifier, an 8, and a Saga.
I saw 2 Sagas get drawn up, so I didn't see a second planes though. So we might need to rip a white source here.
Are we scamming?
Could be dicey.
It just looks like we're holding up a push here. Esper Sentinel to draw. Solid. But he goes for the 8. I like that. I think it's important to get that down before it gets taken away. And not to mention that Sentinel's more than likely just eating a removal spell there, so.
Yeah, but I think the value of like time walking or cantripping Todd on that turn with the Sentinel might have been better.
It's true. It's unlikely Todd has a discard spell, but losing the aid could mean a big shift in the race.
Okay.
And I think Sanctifier's coming down. Bad news bears.
This is gonna be tough for Todd if we ever find a hammer to put on this.
Hammer comes down. Game is not looking good. But a Seasoned Pyro here to discard probably push Turok.
I almost want to hang on to this Torok.
Are we gonna find EE? Terminate
Takanuma, I believe.
Or a Hijitsu? I wasn't quite sure. Todd's playing some interesting arts. Some cool ones. Herborg. Tomb of the Yawgmoth, I believe.
Yeah.
From Ultimate Masters. Yep. That's an Herborg. So we have a Giver here, and we can put up a Blacksmith skill that might be lurking there. Or it's just a bunch of aids.
There's Sentinel. Yeah, I know there's another 8 in hand here for Jordan. I don't know what his last card is.
So I like Jordan sitting back here. He knows he has this Saga that's gonna put a hammer on. So he doesn't have to worry about. So let's see. I think a Terminate.
Yeah, we have
push coming down on the Sentinel.
Push him to Terminate on the Giver.
So exile for the Dolphy purposes.
Assume we're just cracking in for 3 here though, right?
That would be the case. Down to 13. Ooh, another Dolphy. Dolphy is another card out of Scam that can make matchups pretty hard. And it's just unblockable unless you have your own. So, not to mention being able to steal the spells you've been casting throughout the game makes the card a big pain. So, Jordan's going to be able to make a 1/1 construct, but I think it's looking a little dicey.
So, notably here, Jordan's at 13, which is 3 swings from Dolphy. Well, I guess we can...
We kind of start getting in with the Thoughtseize. Putting Todd to 18 and revealing 2 Sigarda's aids. I like him not playing any more aids out against Hijitsugus and EE. I know EE's probably tagging the Sanctifier, but the team is coming in.
So I assume then we're gonna terminate this construct here before blockers, assuming Jordan makes one.
I think the blocks here pretty much make themselves.
I think I would really prioritize trying to stay at 7 and not 6 here if I was Jordan.
Yeah, now Jordan's dead on the backswing. He needs to find a hammer.
I guess we can grab Shadow Spear off this Saga. But that's gonna be a slow way to do it.
Big draw here, Horizon Canopy. You don't get to crack that one until after you find your card with Saga.
You making a construct here? I actually don't think there's much value in it.
So, hmm.
I think we should float mana and just crack this canopy and swing for the fences.
So I think what we're gonna do, I would do here is I think we need to grab Shadow Spear here. That's the first play.
Yeah.
Shadow Spear is gonna be the grab, and it's gonna be equipped. Well, we can make a construct, grab Shadow Spear equipped with aid, and then we have the fountain and canopy to just crack it. Because I don't.
Yeah, but if we like draw anything good off the canopy, we don't get to do it. I don't think this construct actually has much value here. Like we already have enough blockers for this one elemental token. Like removal spells are fairly shut off because of the giver. You're just gonna force Todd to use 2 on any
Hammer.
like relevant creature. Okay. Do we have lethal here with the construct?
Todd's at 18.
So we've
I
got
count
1, 2, 3.
3.
Yeah, I count 15 coming across for Jordan, and that's before Todd terminates.
I'm not sure that was the correct grab.
I'm pretty sure we had to grab a Shadow Spear here to try and get another turn.
Here comes the canopy. Will Jordan crack it to see what his fate could have been? Yeah, unless I'm missing something here, Jordan's dead. It was Stoneforge?
It's not gonna be enough that we're tapped out now. I think there were a couple opportunities Jordan had to get a little bit of extra life in these turns.
I think there's also some more opportunities for Jordan to get some extra damage in. And it looks like Todd's going to take this one down.
That's what it looks like to me.
So, missing a couple points here and there and not grabbing the spear might have cost Jordan this game.